And it all comes around, and here we are again, showing life. Isn't it marvelous? There's nothing like a stroke to wake an old part up. Excuse my bad habits. I usually don't smoke filtered cigarettes, but I haven't been to the tobacconists today. Thank you. Seriously, that's not even what I smoke. I smoke Samson. Theodorus Nehmeyer out of Holland. It's the best tobacco you can get. I'm 60 and you don't see the wrinkles you see on these American cigarette smokers, do you? Okay, there's not all the chemicals in it. Yeah, it kind of needs some shit, you know what I mean? Oh, my meds have been taken. I guess I can put the water back. Don't follow that. That dang self-adjusting camera's a pain in the behind. Don't he? Hi, how you doing? Is it gonna do its trick now? No, it's just gonna focus. It's not gonna move anymore. Huh? What's wrong? Help! Help, Mr. Wizard!
Prison, 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 crone. Time for this one to come home.
I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember that cartoon. Huh? Help, Mr. Wizard, said the turtle. I forget his name. But do enjoy my choice of footwear. I'm learning. The young girls at the nut house taught me how to. One of them Brookie gave me her sock. She's such a 20-year-old sweetheart. It's like she's about the same age as my great niece. So we became fast friends there in the nut house, as all people should be fast friends. Slow friends take too fucking long. Well, I love this beauty. If you could see this ass, you would too. I'm telling you. She is beautiful. If you can see that, you're a lucky man. I need my glasses. I can take them off. I can still see that ass. Oh, baby. Oh, wait a second. You gotta disappear. Ah. Oh, shit. Very nice. That's an ass I could do Shakespeare from.
Oopsie doodle.
I've got to go back to my neophyte. No, not that.
Ducky duck go.
That's what you want to use if you want to get around the internet without too much hassle. Look at that ass again. Ooh, damn it. She know how to do that thing. Okay, I gotta look at myself just one more time, make sure it's still going on. Oh, you could almost see that ass, couldn't you? I bet you could. Oh, oh yeah, you could see that ass. Okay, so what are we doing here? I got to do part 1 of 2 and coming back to 3 just momentarily. So momentarily as we speak that you will have to be blinded because I must do business that you cannot see, and therefore don't look at the man behind the curtain because he is false. Only I am the true wizard, the cyber wizard of what?
I just had a stroke. Leave me alone. Please. Please leave me alone. Thank you.
You will never understand why I do the things I do, so quit trying. Just kind of try to keep up with the movie. Okay? Can you do that? Huh? Okay. Good then. Oh, so wonderful. Can we have some more? Oh, thank you. Oh, goodbye. We loved it while you were here. Did you see that? No, I didn't either. Sorry for the hand action there, but I had to move real fast. There we go. I thought the cameraman was napping. As I said before, it's an automatic cameraman. No cameraman here. I'm alone in life. I'm quite happy to say so. What the hell? Would you focus on something besides my mug? Like, focus on my sock. There we go. Okay. I'm the one looking at this. I want to see it dropping it. No! There you go. Oh, God. Go back the other way. Ah. Oh, that's pretty good, I guess. So we're going to just sit here and let it roll for a while. I'm going to forget you're up there. What would you baddie? I'm a real gone daddy. That's right, I'm a baddie. I'm a real gone daddy. Radio? Oh, what do you know? I'm the DJ with soul, the daddy of the radio. Papa, Sigurabumba, Chikapatupa. You can't fly, you gotta get into the rhythm section, Jack. Strictly professional here. Did you hear what I said? Professional. Scoop-doo, shoot-dee-doodle. Oh man, I wish I had a poodle. Ah, look at that. Damn things are bad for your health.
Scoo-bop-a-doo.
What do you think? Hey, well, shit, since probably going to watch this, George Ripley, maybe I ought to take a quick sweep around the pad so you can see what's going on here. Yeah, this is Studio X13, and this is what we do. So far, the band is all sleeping. They're nappy-headed fools. I'm assuming they're sleeping. Maybe they're playing hooky on me. That's it. There's work to do here in the studio, and they're out having a good time because it's Sunday night, and their lost opportunity. That's about the size of it. Their lost opportunity to enjoy themselves finally, without the boss breathing down their neck. Which tomorrow is Monday, and boy, am I going to be breathing down some necks. First, I got to go to the hospital and figure out what the hell happened to me. Then I got to find out why I was blessed with a trip to the nut house.
Oh, it's a long, convoluted story which I will take another time to explain. Thank you.
Oh yeah, a show around the place. Real quick, unsteady camera hand. You'll understand, I'm sure. First, the little lighting is in order.
Okay, real quick now. There it goes. Oh, yeah. I don't know why the flag is there, but it's okay.
That's that part. Now we come out to see the rest of the studio. Yes. Even my little guitar here. It's in tune for the song I'm going to play on it. So that's pretty much what we got here. You know, just the same old shit. No gas without platform 8. Okay, you gotta come lower here. Thank you. The cameraman's always so agreeable. But yeah, like I was saying, this automatic camera. Thank you. Logitech 910.
I'm going to have them as a sponsor soon.
So that's 1320 into it. We like 13. It's a beautiful number. It's the 13th letter of the alphabet, M. That so describes my daily intake of medicinal things, morphine and marijuana. Boy, go figure. I wonder if this is going to be in tune. Sounds like it. It's in tune. Now. Oh, you may have noticed down there, dreaming. Yes, I remind myself of little things when I can. Dreaming helps a lot. If you remember your dreams, then you won't be doomed to dream them again. Or something like that. I don't have my teeth in, so I make this crazy Popeye smile that everybody so loves. Don't you wish you could do that? But you've got nice teeth, George. You really do. Mine are over here in a basket somewhere. I hope. Oh, yeah, they're still there. Maybe I should bring them out. No, I don't want to scare everybody. Okay, so now that I'm showing you around, you know what's in here. Now I get up and get stuff that I need for the farming. Or whatever this is. It helps to have a Tibetan hand drum, along with this cheap thing. It's got a plastic head on it. I used to keep it on the bloat on the boat, and so this is aluminum, and because of what is it called, electrolysis, it doesn't have a ring anymore, so it's a nice flat note. But this rings. So I still don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to set up something there. Thank Christ. Give us blessings, O Lord, for that which you are about to receive. Well, not so much for the midnight concert. Oh God, it's 1 o'clock already.
We must put the drums away. Sorry. Alright, George, settle down. We don't need another trip to the nut house. You don't need another stroke. Settle down, young man. Okay? Okay. I'm calming now. Music, it just gets me so excited. I just have to do it. I don't know why. I'm not particularly very good. Oops. My guitar almost disappeared. Did you see that? No, because you're focused on me, fool. Would you back out?
That's the problem with that automatic camera.
You have no control.
But there are a few tricks. Let me get my crusty ninja pole. Hunt my trusty ninja pole out.
Do you see the end of the dragon?
Follow the end of the dragon. This is the dragon. Follow it now. Please follow the dragon tip. Oh my goodness sakes alive. Okay, you're going to have to get knocked down a little. You're not listening, not cooperating. I wanted you, that's sort of what I wanted to do, but you're still way too high, jack-o'-lantern. Oh, now way back off into the Queenie land. Okay, wait, whoa. That looks good. So just a little suggestion, you know. Everybody listens to a bamboo stick, especially when it's about to stick in their ass.
An old man who's just had a stroke needs these things to get around with.
Yeah, I made this some years ago out of a piece of bamboo. You noticed it's closed on both ends. And it was green, as green could be, and it's cured into a rod of steel. And I'm particularly samurai with it.
I never had nobody teaching me how to defend myself. So I had to learn the hard way. You'll notice there's a few scars on my face, George. Well, I don't know what happened to me. I was probably too drunk to remember.
Oh no, I've never been knocked out, jack-o'-lantern. I know every hit I've suffered and every scar I got. And if you don't like what I got, then you'll be in their line. I got back up, spun up, and said, hey, motherfucker, now you blew it. Woo! And I went to it. Of course, usually drunk and miserably failing, but at least I did it. And no, he can't knock me out. All they can do is just keep punching me until I laugh at him with blood dripping out of me and fucking shit. I just, what? You can't do any better than that. Oh, and they hate that shit. But they usually stop beating you after about 10 or 15 minutes. Yes, it's been a difficult road, George. And that's why I must drink this last beer before I get sober again. Because life is rough, and then you die.
Thank you, Australia.
Australia. I sound like a bloody limey. They just love that down in Aussie land. And Aussie, it wouldn't like that much. Excuse the nutsack adjustment there. I realize the ladies may be watching this. Oh, I didn't say it was X-rated.
With no nudity, at least I didn't whip it out.
Candy, no, thank you. Oh, God. Oh, yes. As always. A rubber? No, no, no. Pipe. But I have condoms. A man of my age must be prepared at all times. We'll get it. I got one condom that I've had it for about a year. Anyway, you know, come on. I'm semi-prepared for the fantasy that may creep my way or not. Dude, I get plenty action because I can't handle too much, man. I don't do well in relationships because I always want things to work, and I'll be fucked if my girls always want to fuck shit up. That's why I'm envious of you guys. No, I would say envious, joyous in the fact of your love. It is so radiating. I mean, when I first heard you were getting married, I thought that was great. And then you guys got married, and then the looks in your faces turned to something I have never witnessed. True joy and love in action at the moment. And I thought it was cool, morphing photos for you and doing things. Hell, you all had that down. Y'all had the coolest shit going on. I loved it. It was a true schooling in love. Thank you very much, both. You helped me out so much in my life, George Ripley. And, you know, we never even had much to do with each other, but gosh, it's strange how lives intertwine. And it's my opportunity to show my appreciation for your brotherhood. It's not a light subject. And perhaps the reason you've had so much wonderful success as a human being. I remember you teaching me sort of how to make jewelry out of the leather possum waves of the sandal shop down there across from Mystic Arts. That really meant a lot to me too, because you didn't give a man a fish, you taught a man to fish. I mean, you may have thought I was pretty dumb then, but it wasn't lost on me, no, no. I still make little funky hippie jewelry when I can.
On my last attempt, I wear them, but they're awfully dirty. I don't bathe very frequently.
I don't believe in it. I love my body oils. I'm not dirty. I don't fucking work in a mechanic shop. I sit here on my ass every day.
When I do go to work,
It's usually on the water, and so I love the salt. To me, that's purifying as hell. Well, I don't need to bathe after that. Well, in the Anchorage, maybe.
oops, 3 mile limit. Don't dump in pump.
Okay. Yeah, the cops. Boy. Let's go stick a knee in this stroke victim 4 times and see if we can improve his chances of survival. Well, that's all right. The city of Santa Barbara is going to be paying for my boat. Nice 60-foot schooner. Oh, yes. And then I'm afraid I'm going to have to move a little further away. Oh, no, hell. I could just anchor it off of Laguna. There's no terrible weather that comes in there, and if I had to run, I could run down to Dana Point real quick. Oh, they'd love me there. With a 60-footer, they got room in the cruiser's anchorage. At least until the storm's over, they can't force you to leave in gale conditions. Well, they can kind of make you wait out behind the breakwater. It depends. If it's southeaster and you're fucked. But, you know, it's usually not. Not on my dime. So, yeah, I repair computers here in this marvelous little room. And I give them to people for free, various people that have become knowledgeable of the fact that I do that service. And then I also have the full studio, which I help promote people without cash, you know, demos, whatever the hell. And generally try to get all these old musicians I know to, you know, put down the beers and pick up the guitars again, like I have done. Of course, I'm hoisting one right now, but I've already
Told you it's a celebration of life. And if you witness me perish here right before you, you may then call me a fool.
I feel great. I feel better than I have in many, many years. Now that's what a stroke will do for you. George's magic stroke formula. Yes, you too can have a stroke and get the wake up of your lifetime. They'll sell like hotcakes. Go to boom. The benefits of having
Medical marijuana.
I don't know what I'd do without my smoke, man. I've been smoking since 1963, and that's something you never knew about me, George. I smoked it probably before you did. Think back, 1963, 7 years old. You'd smoke that? It's like you motherfucker did. No, I was 7. It was 9 years old. I did, yeah. I used to babysit my ancientest friend's children there. She had a house in Laurel Canyon that the Buffalo Springfield moved into after she moved out. And I was babysitting her kids one night. She was getting ready for a date and sitting on the sofa puffing one up and said, "You want some?" And I go, "What's that?" She goes, "Pot." And I went, "Yeah." She kicked down. Didn't think twice of it. And made a head out of me for life. Yes, I'm a veteran of the drug wars. The only war not realized by the Veteran Society. So, of course, after I become rich, I'm going to start a foundation for veterans of the drug wars. Try and get a lot of people out of prison, you know, on these nonviolent charges. Stuff like that. I figure I can do quite a bit if I just sort of push my way around a little bit. I got a way of doing that. I kind of ask country, and they don't know what to do with me.
And then I begin to issue words of wisdom, and they become absolutely beflummoxed. I tell you.
See, so going on a monologue this long with no input isn't easy. Sure it is for me. Dude, I live alone. I get a lot of practice, and I love talking to myself. Because I think I'm pretty fucking cool. I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. Well, that's not exactly true either.
But apparently the proper people give a shit, because I have them in my life.
I know all my exes, and they, even the ones in Texas. No, I don't have any in Texas, thank Lord. Nacogdoches almost once. I almost married a lady from there.
Holy moly, that was some hot tamale, I tell you.
Yeah. No, only one marriage. Miserable failure that it was. 7 years of raising a woman who was 5 years older than me with 3 lovely children. The reason I married her is she was a junkie. And when I came home to say, honey, we're getting married, she was sitting on a sofa with a fucking needle flopping out of her arm, passed out. Kids due home in about 30 minutes. And I'm just going, oh, fucking A. And that was the tale of our marriage. 3 months, the kids were gone with the grandparents who hated the hippie. And she was going out with my best friend. Well, that didn't cramp my style none. I went out with him. I said, well, you can't beat him, join him. And it worked. It was so fucking cool. People couldn't believe it. I was cool before cool was cool. That's how old school this fool is.
Yes, I believed in chivalry, being a gentleman. Those few years I spent in Europe, really opened up my eyes to quite a bit of things. People born in America ain't been traveled. Sure is a dumb lot of fuckers.
So if you've never really been anywhere and don't know anything, then shut your fucking yap. You don't know what you're talking about. So don't say Jap when you speak to a Nipponese. You might get a little further down the road and find yourself with a Japanese experience worthy of a samurai. Or visit Australia and have a mate buying beer. Good old Foster's Lager. Why, they are going to sponsor me as well. See, the shirt I'm wearing, it says Telemark Skier. I was in the net house, the #1 telemark skier in the nation. Telemark is like Nordic cross country. And the #1 guy was my roommate. 20-year-old fucking whiz kid. You should have seen this kid do yoga. He could bend his head all the way backwards to touch his ankle. Not forwards like this, backwards. Well, that's that's almost an exaggeration, but not much. He could go well past midpoint backwards. The stretch. What is it called? The cobra. I don't know the positions anymore. I forgot all that stuff since I've been Laguna. Laguna, I learned a lot. Do you remember Mrs. Henderson, the bus drivers? You probably didn't have her. Oh, dude, she was a trip. She would take me and her son home, because they'd be the last stop. She'd park the bus there and get ready for the morning. But those days, we used to blow herb, and then she'd give us shiatsu sessions. She taught me how to walk on backs, and was the first kind of skeletal manipulation I ever received in such gentle fashion, and really helped what would have been my future. I hadn't had the accident. then. And I didn't know how much I would need that knowledge until much later. I haven't thought of it for years. I mean, lately I have because I've been thinking about Laguna a lot. I was thinking of my favorite people, and Mrs. Henderson is one of my favorites. Still bus driver. Sure hope she don't get in trouble. Oops. Still driving the bus. Oh God. Well, don't watch that. Yes, that was a minor crash. I'd see. Camera knows when to take off of me. Nothing like being in tune. I'm in tune to every song. Because I know every note of every song ever written. Ever. On earth. That is how musical I am. I am the alpha and the omega of music. It's not true, and I'll hold on to my lighter forever. Because even when they're out of gas, they got flint for days. And they're a hippie flashlight. You can be in the forest in the dead of night, and if you got a spent lighter, you simply hold it behind you a few inches and spark it, not in your eyesight, so you retain your night vision, and it'll light path 10 feet in front of you, so that you may traverse that and then fire off again. So I say Bix, hippie lighters. Some emergency day when we don't have flashlights and batteries no more, we might have to do shit like that. Because there'll always be a fucking stash of Vicks floating around somewhere. Oh, I'm in great pain, excuse me. Might have to slurp down another painkiller. So I just took mine and it ain't working yet. No, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, so chronic pain's a bummer, but it doesn't stop me much. To tell you the truth, I've been stuck in here a year and a half voluntarily. I do not like going out in the radiation of Fukushima. Just because everybody else doesn't want to admit it's happening or admit to themselves that, hey, this is real. Oh, right up here in Santa Maria, they got a Geiger counter. The NOAA has a Geiger counter through the, what is it, the Atomic Commission, yeah, that runs 24/7, that they monitor. And it can be found online. I have it somewhere in my thousands of bookmarks, which is really the meat of my whole thing. If you're a lucky enough person to get my bookmarks, you have yourself some information. Any Tom, Dick, or Harry, everything. Museums of the world, and the ones that have virtual tours, oh, those are great. All kinds of groovy shit. Fractalization, fractal generators. Oh boy, they're fun. All kinds of shit. And I've only been working with computers since 2006, kids. So you kids think you're hot. You are. I'm not a coder yet. I haven't wasted time, but I can fix any computer. Any computer. I failed on one, and that's because I wouldn't buy the hard drive for it. I don't mind fixing them for free, but I'm not going to also buy the parts for them. I'm poor, and that's the only thing that restricts me. Were I a man of means, I would buy those parts, would fix them and give them away. Because I believe that ownership is piracy. Wrap your head around that one. I believe that all tools should be available to anybody at all times. Like, if I got a guitar sitting there, some guy comes up and he goes, "Wow, man, well, can I see? What's up with the guitar?" I don't say here. I mean, I want to play that guitar. Okay, I mean, I almost made the mistake of saying, "May I play that guitar?" See, no, that would have been wrong because he already knows he can. In this society where nothing is owned, all will be rich. It works philosophically, backwards and forwards, like an anagram, kind of up and down. Put in a little box and prayed for a fortnight.
And then buried deep beneath the sea, until it magically floats to the surface when gestation has occurred.
Again, like I said, y'all might not be very entertained, but I sure the fuck am. And pretty soon I'm going to get a streaming show. Imagine that. Because YouTube kind of sucks, but, that's alright. Zionists and all that shit. I guess I got about an eighth of the Jew in me, and I just really don't give a shit. What they've done with the whole Palestinian situation is equal to what the Nazis did to them. No word, no less. Evil by any other name still is a rose that smells as sickly as that. All the petals fell off their rose and they just got thorns. And that's just not right, nor is it natural. We need peace. All you fuckers, none of your excuses. We're gonna tear your wall down. You're gonna give half of Jerusalem to the god dang blessed Palestinians and quit fucking around. And if you threaten anybody with a nuclear annihilation, not only will we slap your goddamn hand so hard, but you will be banished from the kingdoms of earth again. Would you want to be responsible for that? The second, what do they call it? The diaspora. The modern diaspora. Because y'all fucked up what you had. It wasn't enough. Greed got in the way. And your greed is obvious. Keep pushing yourself into the Palestinian territory. If you can see yourselves, you're just like the Nazis. Exactly like the Nazis. Take off your rose-colored glasses and look in the fucking mirror really hard. And that's why you push. Because you know it's wrong. You want to rush it through. Get it all done. Kill them all. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to those of us who have eyes. But you tend to think that people are really stupid. I think that's your downfall. Because people are not. And the jig is up. You boys, I'm not anti-Semitic. I am just. I'm talking about the Zionist motherfucking pricks. I'm not all that schooled in various levels of Jewism. But, I'm more Buddhist. Compassion. Namaste. His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, always says, bow to pressure, and it will become lazy and stop. Of course, the Chinese are making this awfully hard to believe, but they'll get theirs too. They may have the biggest population, but they got about the dumbest population by and large. Oh, they got some smart ones. But if you think all those people in the back logs, in the little tributaries of the Yellow River, the tributaries of the Yangtze, Brahmaputra, all these people are going to take your shit lying down, the worldwide revolution has begun. It's a revolution of love. No bullets. Computers, they help. But somebody's got their finger on the DNS switch and they could all just go whoop, clank, real quick. So that's why we have to share knowledge quickly, make it accurate and valuable information. It helps not to have an ego, or at least one that's kind of into helping, like me. I got some big egos, but I helps a bit. Fuck, I help a lot. A whole fucking bunch. My life has been nothing but help. And the drums wouldn't have agreed with me and stopped and allowed me to finish my statement, were I true. Now that's called manipulation of time and space. The drums are manipulating my time and space. I know when the drum beat comes. I can feel it. But respecting that gives me a power to also utilize that knowledge like that to stop perfectly on time. Every time. I used to have stage fright. I had a stroke. I don't have stage fright anymore. I'm on stage 24/7, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, usually for 48 minutes, I tell people, you don't have the balls to listen to me. You don't have the chutzpah to listen through 48 minutes of monologue. If it was selfish, maudlin, bellicose, idiocity, I could see turning it off like in the 5th minute. But hopefully you will see that there, again, is the method of the madness that is curing, dispelling fear, paranoia, empowering people. And people are pretty used to me around there. 62 units, and it's 1:30 in the morning, and I got shit going on in here. Nobody fucking wanted. Open door policy, I don't know if you saw that. The door is open at all times, and anybody can walk through it. And many people do. I tell them, you know, I'll like you more if you just walk right in. If you have to knock on it and require me to answer the goddamn door, I'm not going to like you so much. And so there are quite a few people that just go ahead and open the door and come on in like, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be. Hell, in the tribal zones, they don't have doors in the house. All they want is warmth. They may have a door in the house with a blanket for the nighttime to keep out the cold, rain, and wind wet. I mean, we're not talking the Arctic. And up there, so you got a door. But it's always open too. Because anybody crawling through your door might be needing warmth really terribly badly. To deny it them would put you in as an accomplice of some form of manslaughter. It's the same on the sea. You are required to help a vessel if it does not endanger you and your crew. required to. I was always good at that. I'm a single hand sailor. Fairly confident for only 8 years at sea. But that was 8 years on the hook. San Diego, Catalina, Santa Barbara Island, Santa Cruz Island, Santa Barbara. North to Coho, or, Point Conception as it's known there. The Cape Horn of the Pacific, Cape Horn of the North. Because that's where it turns real. For most day sailors, they can't handle it there. And I knew my rig wasn't strong enough to take, and so I didn't want to lose her and wear out myself and squander all the equipment I had on board. Way too overloaded. Another reason I didn't go. And there was good green bed here and SBs, so what the fuck. That's what's up. But you see, I play this wonderful music, and the tubular views can't decipher that it's not mine. They're out in the background, because I have an ability to sing a song. Shivaya. Oops, doctor ain't looking, is he? Little stolies. Gotta hide that one. Yes. And so the new vocalist hasn't made it back yet. He came by yesterday and got me a pack of cigarettes, so bless his heart. When I was broke. And Catfish came by earlier yesterday. And he's a harp player and the shaker and the mover. He knows all the, something. The vocalist, he's also my chauffeur. He drives the Mercedes around and shit. But he's going to bring the caddy out from Oklahoma. He's a Cree, Native American, and African American individual. Very soulful, down home country boy. And I said, country boy. Country. Straight country. Well, at the 55th minute, yes, the stroke victim is not quite as funny as he was a while ago. But I'm also meditating a little bit. Very thankful to be alive. And seems that one of the most important jobs in my life was to see you again, George Ripley. thank you for your kindness. It's odd, but that's been a very important thing to me. Because that was the hardest time in my young life. And I don't know what would have happened had you done that. The fact that you did, and the fact that I got out of school half a day, no, everybody else did, got out of school for the, 20-minute period or so, to welcome George back to Thurston. That was a gas. I don't suppose you remember I was the first one with an FM radio out on the quad, pumping Brother John, I forget the call letters of the station. It wasn't KPFK or anything, which I later learned about. But it played all the good rock, all the action music, most of it anyway. And right there at school, and since I was tripping after work, or after school, it just kept my headspace, my continuity kind of the same. Because I was very insecure in those days. I'll get into the length of the ugliness of my youth some other time. Should you ever really want to know? Probably don't. It's nothing pretty. Yeah, I was very frail back then. I never thought suicidally, but I could have very easily turned suicidal were it not for a few people's kindness. Not Mark Dawson, but certainly Eric, his brother, and the rest of the Dawson family. Mark was a little jealous of poor George. That's okay. And Willie Elmer Irving, I don't know if you remember him. Willie? What a freak. Competitive. He's one of those people that came from the East with all those Eastern bad habits. And never learned. And all the girls loved him because he was, funny and daring and put you down and stuff. He, I never could figure that out. I was too busy just trying to have some friends, be a normal guy. But how we got to Laguna was we were living up at Los Angeles City College, which, strangely enough, the neighborhood I returned to when I had the accident was in Children's Hospital there on Sunset in Vermont, if you'll remember George Ripley. Well, the Tate LaBianca murders happened, and it was right over not far from, oh boy. And so shit was getting real. Plus, I had to go to junior high school the next year. Well, Mom and I used to take these famous rides. We'd just get in the car and drive, gas was cheap. And one day, she took me down to see Laguna. We used to be there in the 20s, my grandmother and stuff, whom I never met. We are old school Lagoonans from way back. I think there was even a house there we had at one point. I'm talking the Ridgeback East family from Greenwich, Connecticut, to drop a few names. On Mother's side, the family's been here since 1690. In California, we settled Monterey on the Russian River in 1830, 19 years before the gold rush. That group of people were the first to cross the Great Divide with cattle. So we had fresh milk and butter all the way across. It kept us nice and warm during the wintry periods. Of course, we didn't go to the Donner Pass. We took the Oregon Trail and came down. Actually, I got to verify that someday. But we got here 19 years before the gold rush. We came for wood, and we loved it. Didn't cut much of it down back in the day. What is now the Bohemian Club that all the big wigs belong to, where they burn the effigy of the poor and wear their red Ku Klux Klan outfits and things, George Bush and all that, Bilderbergers and all those boys. They do that. That club, the Bohemian Club, is on land my family used to own that they stole from us. They swindled from us. So, actually, I'm quite a historic dude. Like, my great aunt is Margaret Mead, the famous anthropologist of the 30s. And I've got quite a few, the list goes on. The most infamous member is Captain William Lewis Lyon, who had a fleet of flying clipper ships that he kept in the China clipper trade when he wasn't ferrying slaves from Senegal to Charleston. He made quite a bit of the old money that the family exists on. I sat in his rocking chair in the 90-room mansion in Greenwich, which now belongs as a museum to the state. Our very foolish family invested poorly in the market and had a terrible time in the crash of '29. Yeah, family history and a trip. I'm getting it out here because I have nieces, nephews that are going to want to know some of their family history. And I just thank the Lord that I had the good sense to love my mother's tales of our history. I'd always ask her, oh, please tell us more. And now all my brothers and sisters are dead. My brother and sisters are dead, and it falls on me. It's incumbent upon me to raise family. I'm the elder left. So my nieces and nephews don't have their parents anymore. So there's nobody to love the grandkids. So good old great Uncle George has been elevated where he always wanted to be. I was always the outcast in the family. I was of a different father. And so they didn't even think I read it at all. They thought I was
Mother spoils you.
better. She goddamn sure isn't gonna make the mistakes she made raising you bastards. They almost killed that woman. Playing both sides of the fence. Dad was separated. Always gave negativism about mom. Just as my mother gave me negativisms about my father, so I wouldn't leave her. Some twisted, convoluted kind of way of loving me, I guess. It's alright, I've forgiven her. I just also know she's mortal and her fallible points. I've taken her down off the pedestal that I had her so highly placed upon at one point in life. And that's what you find when maybe there were a few more mistakes than were necessary. A bit too much pain, and misunderstanding for a youngster to have to go through. I resented it then. I no longer do. I just understand and forgive her and move on, of course. But I do remember my mother. She was quite a gal. I don't know if you met her, George. Oh, sure you did, probably, wouldn't you? I don't know. You knew my mom. Granny Fat Raisin is what she called herself when we were in Laguna. Because she was full of wrinkles and would sit down there at the beach, the fat old thing she was, and get all tanned up. Because all she had to do every day was sit at the beach. She worked night duty at South Coast Community Hospital. She wasn't an RN or anything. She was a bedpan shuffler. But back in the day, she used to take care of Burt Lancaster's mother and other famous people that you wouldn't know. They're not movie stars like Bert's mom was. I got to meet Bert. He was quite a nice guy. I really liked his mom. My mother asked me to call her my cherry blossom because she liked cherries. Instead, I called her my cherry tree because she was so withered. It was like a cherry tree in the winter where all you see is the branches, withered from multiple sclerosis. But she laughed. She thought it was funny. My mother could have brained me for saying it. Yeah, I was quite honest as a child, too. I didn't know you were supposed to lie and be nice to people and shit. I mean, I was nice, but I was honest, and honesty is not what people want to hear. Not in the 50s of Southern California. I'm going to see if I can play a little bit. Can't do that unless you practice. Well, the drugs are taking effect. My first morphine pill in a day, I had to stretch them out, plus a bunch of sleeping tablets on top of that stuff. Not more than usual. But I'm getting a little tired. And I'm thinking I'm only going to do about another hour here. Finish this beer, pretty close. And say goodnight. Peace and love to you all. Thank you. I ingratiate myself to the Flying Tree production staff. And it's the background music supplied by the DJs at Shoutcast. And I provided my mix with them, which is so miraculously on key, as it will be when I play this harp. I've never heard any of these songs. Yes, much better. Perhaps the scene calls for a little candlelight. Speak and it shall be so. I believe that's in G. G sharp. which I don't know if I've got the guitar tuned up properly. So it might really be the G.
Right, perfect pitch. Yes, it's a bitch.
Sitting down in an Arabic cafe, I wanted a coffee, and that's okay, and she told me, settle down, and I said, madam, I just am new in town. She said, I don't care what your excuse is, you better relax here. By the way, all the scat and all that action was me, not studied, not rehearsed. Spontaneous cracking. Boom, Shankar Siva Bholenath, Hare Hare Ganze, Om Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Time for me to look at Face Crook for a minute. What do you know? Oh, I have someone who wants to befriend me. Dudes. Dudes, Octagon. Okay, I don't know who Ludes is. I'm gonna see if it's a he or she. Oh wait, she is definitely a woman. In Holland, I believe. The destroyer of inner peace is not some external foe, but it is within us. Thank you, Your Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. The destroyer of inner peace is not some external foe, but within us. I'm one lucky little duty. And I subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it seems to be rolling down into a pretty quiet evening. Sitting here by the campfire. Think those dang things going on. You can see the forest for the trees. So please, and this now. I love y'all. Thank y'all very much for being around and digging this out. While your brain I did sound with my profane